Elena Whitlock had lived with silence for 3 long years, since her husband Thomas had been laid to rest beneath the lone cottonwood tree behind her small ranch house. The wind was her companion now, brushing across the plains like a whisper of a life once sweet. She worked hard, sunup to sundown, patching fences, tending her to horses, and keeping the memory of her husband alive through sheer determination. But one early autumn afternoon, as she stepped onto her porch with a bucket of water, she froze. A man lay collapsed on the steps, dust-covered, barely conscious, blood soaking through the side of his shirt. Her breath caught. Outlaws came through these parts, but rarely this close. And never like this, sir, she whispered cautiously, setting the bucket down. The stranger stirred, grimacing. Don't shoot, he rasped. Elena frowned. I don't have a gun. That's comforting, he muttered, before losing strength and slumping again. Against every rule she'd made for herself, she dragged the man heavy with muscle and exhaustion inside. His holster was empty, but the worn revolver tucked in his belt told her enough. He was no ordinary traveler. Once she cleaned the blood away, she found the bullet had grazed his ribs. It was treatable, fixable. The stranger jolted awake as she stitched the wound. "Why are you helping me?" he murmured. "Because you're hurt," she said simply. He stared at her for a long moment, confusion softening into something else. Trust, maybe, or desperation. "Name's Greg," he said quietly. "Elena." He closed his eyes. "You should have left me on that porch." "Maybe," she replied, tying off the thread. "But I didn't." Outside, the wind changed, rolling low across the plains. Trouble was coming. Elena sensed it in her bones. And by the look of the wounded outlaw she'd just saved, Greg was bringing more than a bullet wound into her quiet life. He was bringing danger and fate. Greg woke to the sound of clattering pans and the faint smell of brewing coffee. His side burned, but his head was clearer now. Sunlight streamed across the small kitchen, catching the golden strands in Elena's hair as she poured water into a kettle. She moved with quiet resilience, steady, measured, and deeply alone. He pushed himself upright, with a painful grunt. Elena turned sharply. "You shouldn't be sitting up." "I shouldn't be alive," he countered. "Yet here I am." Her gaze softened, not quite pity, but something close. "Breakfast is almost ready." Greg watched her as she worked. She wasn't afraid of him. That puzzled him more than the bullet wound. Most decent folks feared outlaws, and they had reason to. He had seen things done, things he wished